Hello everyone, and welcome to another video with me, Umber Rays, and today we're going to be talking about the news that happened on the JP side. As for why there's no text, it's pretty late and I've been incredibly tired because of a very long day, so yeah. I'm not going to make any excuses on it. Also, just because this is kind of more of a little bit of opinion on this. This was an interesting evening, to say the least. Because for the month of January, things were pretty quiet. And now that we are in February, we're starting to, the end of January, which I pretty much consider February, we started seeing, the live streams come back. And so we normally get a mid-month stream on the JP side that talks about the story event, as well as maybe give some hints about what the end of the month raid will be. And tonight was that night where we got finally some JP news and after the FF2 event, which was kind of lackluster for a whole bunch of reasons, but let's talk about what happened. So the live stream started off on a very weird tone. As a matter of fact, kind of an incredibly weird tone where there was a video message from the producer, Hirono. Now this person is very important. Sorry, just can't shake the cough, and if I wait for it to go away, well, we'll be in March. But anyway, Hirono wanted to offer something to the players that was based on a whole bunch of complaints that the players have been making on the JP side recently. And so they've come up with a sort of summon festival. And this is not unusual. This does happen in other gacha games. It's basically a special summoning event that is a little bit special, has some different rules to it. And so the producer took what they considered to be the biggest complaints of the game and kind of tried to offer something interesting. The Summon Festival will have higher rates for rainbows, 5%. It will also have a limited rainbow pool. Normally on the JP side there are 120 different rainbows right now, not including limited rainbows because they're not in the summon pool anymore. For the Summon Festival, it will be decreased to 81, and a lot of old rainbows are just completely out of the summon pool. It also should be noted that a special unit, brand new unit that is coming to the game right away here, will also be in this pool with a 50% chance to draw her if you do get a rainbow. So that's way better odds. Well, it's better odds than what we've been seeing recently on a lot of stuff. And who is that unit, you may ask? Well, that unit is none other than Dark Fina. That's right, Dark Fina is getting a CG version. This is less of a surprise because at the Fan Festa, it seemed like a lot of artwork of her being in CG was being featured, so I'm less surprised about this. She gets a new sprite. She will get a special step up where the first step, the 11 pole, is free for everybody, and then after that it takes just a 25k step up to get one of her at the end. Now, as for this girl, TMR is a materia, 50% magic when equipped with a robe, 20% fire, earth, and dark resistance. Super TMR is a whip, 74 attack, 172 magic, and percent equip attack when true dual handing. That's right, it's a magic weapon that has true dual hand magic on it. Oof. Oof. Other than that, it's only 172 magic. It's slightly stronger than the old Fina's whip, and sorry, to say the least, feels like whale bait. So this should be a pretty easy skip if you're a fan of Dark Fina. Then you're going anyway. Limit Burst is an AoE magic damage with Fire, Earth, and Dark Imperil, and removes magic breaks from herself and gives her quadra casting. It's interesting. I expect her to be a powerful unit. I don't expect her to be meta breaking. So until the data comes out, pretty easy pass if you're not into this character right now. Also, got to totally mention the artwork up here. As you can see, she is lovingly embracing this long pink snake that's just limply hanging here. As you can see, there's the head right there, very close to her mouth. I don't see any problems with it. Anyway, what did unbelievably piss apparently a whole bunch of people off is the fact that CG Darkvina is supposed to be limited. That's right. I'm pretty sure this is our first ever limited CG character. And I don't know what to think about this. On one hand, the idea of a limited CG character definitely doesn't make me happy. I'm not crazy about the idea of doing this. I think this is going to be very negative. I mean, it's already being negatively received, but I think it'll be very negative into the future because there's no reason for this. She's not a collaboration. She's not, like... This feels like just a tactic to get people to spend more money at the end of the fiscal year so that Alum will have, you know, better report earnings for, you know, starting into next year and giving them to Square Enix. Hard to say that I can support this idea. It seems to be generally pretty bad. But, hey, if you're interested in Darkvina, good luck to you. Other than that, she will get her own story event, which is cool. Accessory with elemental resistance, and it has some really nice stats on it. Magic MP, defense and spirit, and an accessory with attack magic, HP, MP, and 50% charm resistance, which is all great. So some great stuff coming out of this story event. And while the news is not up in the game yet, it is worth talking about just a couple of things in particular. First of all, we are getting a Valentine's Day event. That's pretty cool. I also have to say I really like the way this Valentine's Day event is shaping up to be. Using friend points to get Valentine's Cocoa. Use Valentine's Cocoa to make Valentine's Chocolate. Challenge the event with Valentine's Chocolate. There's also going to be a 10 times friend point campaign. Friend points have been incredibly useless on the JP side for an incredibly long time right now. So having a reason to use them and using them in such a creative way. As you all know, I am not necessarily the most supportive of a lot of Alum's ideas, but this feels good. This is a really good way of doing it. So yeah. Valentine's Day banner. There will be a sweet Nicole and a sweet Luca. So our Valentine's banner is brother and sister. Or, okay, I guess. TMR is clothes, 60 on Nicole, 60 magic, 12 defense, 20 spirit, and 30% ice resistance. Pretty nice there for clothing. Super TMR, 60% magic, 40% MP, 80% ice resistance. So if you can't guess, Nicole here is an ice character, limit burst AoE ice damage, percent charm, percent mod boost for other skills. And the interesting thing here is that it just seems that this Nicole will be a damage dealer. So we have two mages coming, I guess, into the future. Luca, TMR accessory, and this is a big one. 30 magic, 45 defense, 45 spirit, 300 HP, 30% HP, and 30% water resistance. Just an insanely powerful TMR, very high statted defensively, really, really nice for a tank or potentially a mage. Really crazy. Super TMR, materia, 40% spirit, 40% HP, 60% water, wind, and light resistance. A lot of elemental resistance, really nice. Again, I think it's great. Limit burst, AoE damage, AoE heal, AoE regen. So she seems to be some kind of damage healer. Which isn't the best way to say that, but anyway, Sweet Luca as well as Sweet Nickel are interesting, and waiting to see the data is probably the correct move. Iron Giant will be coming back. He will be in the Kai version. His reward is a Great Sword, 181 attack. It is a single-handed weapon, 75% physical damage versus demons, 50% against stones. Not necessarily the best killer with stone, but the demon cannot be underestimated. And it can be dual-wielded, so I think this is just a really strong, thing to get your hand on. No enhancements this month. Enhancements seem to be something that Alum is not focusing on right now, so there you go. Yes. There was also one other big thing that was announced. The FFBE OST number 2 is coming out on March 20th, and it will come with an exclusive 7-star unit in it. A la Rico, you will need ANDAP or the PC version to download to get the character on the JP side. And the way I've heard it is she sounds like a magical water damage dealer. She really like her design. Unfortunately, I don't have the picture, but she looks really cool. So I'm going to be like probably getting that OST because, you know, you get the CD and then you just get the bonus anyway. So looking at it overall, I gotta say I'm really hyped for the Valentine's Day event because it feels really good design. Thinks it will be kind of fun. It'll be nice to use those friend points up and see what we get out of it. Also, the Valentine's units sound cool. Sweet Luca, some kind of healer damage dealer, might not be Chocobo Fina level, but might be more healer focused, so it could be a really interesting healer. Nickel fans happy, I guess. That's really the thing there. As for the Dark Fina step up and the Summon Fest, I gotta say I'm not super interested in the Summon Festival right now. Reducing the number of units in the summon pool seems like a good idea, but it's so late and it's not permanent, and it's just not really it's just, what are we supposed to do? Or like next year when we're over 200 rainbows in the pool, is that gonna still be okay? Like, it doesn't feel like they're budging on this, and I'm not particularly happy about it. Also, CG Dark Fina, while I don't care about the character, I gotta say the idea of making her a limited time feels really more sales pressure-y, and I'm not even sure why she's limited. It just feels like a sales tactic to try and get people to spend immediately before the end of the fiscal year so that there is a good yearly report by Alum. Alum might be feeling like I've been keeping saying, or Alum feels like they are under a supreme amount of pressure when it comes to trying to make Square Enix happy. So this might be something that they feel like they need to do, but I gotta say I'm really tired of it. And the other thing is that there are just so many versions of Fina in the game. I get she's a popular character, but can we potentially move on? Besides, she already got Chocobo Fina, and that was already incredible enough. So yeah. I almost made it through without coughing one more time. Let's play a new game. A drinking game. Every time I make a video and I cough, you guys have to take a drink. We'll see how long you guys last. So yeah, this is definitely not kind of a mixed bag, but I'm going to stay on the more positive side because Valentine's sounds pretty freaking sweet, and that's, I guess that's fun. Anyway, we'll see what develops from this, but to understand right now on the JP side, there's definitely a little bit of anger from some of the people, and I think it's justified in this case for the most part. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, that's all for this video. See you next time.